NFL Network and featuring the one and only Prince.
For all of us, life is death without adventure.
The award goes to Prince.
And the Grammy goes to Purple Rain.
The Oscar goes to
Purple Rain.
And the Grammy goes to
Prince.
And the winner is
Purple Rain. And the Oscar goes to
Prince.
The American Music Award goes to Prince.
I want you to pay homage to the one and only.
And the Golden Globe goes to
Prince.
Emily, thank you for this so much. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace and be wild.
So that's the Pepsi Super Bowl 41 halftime show starring Prince, which should be a lot of...
Oh, I see you, purple people. Oh, I see you in that crowd. And I'm glad you're looking right back at me. It's always good to be seen by you. Spring is sprung, fall is fell. Give it to us, Prince. We are turned on as hell. How you doing? How you been? Welcome to 52 Weeks of Prince. A lot is going on in the world today that happened to coincide with the album we are going to be discussing, which is called Planet Earth.
Hello, welcome to the Dawn, playground for the new power generation. There are over 500 experiences to choose from. Here's a sample. There are over 500 experiences to choose from. Here's a sample.
Have you missed me? I hope you've missed me. I've missed you. And I'm glad that we're all here right now, today, whatever day this may be that you're watching me, and whatever day this was that I actually filmed this. It's great to see you. It's great to be here. It's great to keep this journey going for myself, for you, for whoever finds some solace, some energy, some passion, some kind of connection to Prince Rodgers Nelson. Lord knows that's why I'm doing this. He is my all-time favorite, has been for 17 years, and I haven't even begun to process the world that we live in now, which is one without him. Lord knows when James Brown passed away in 2006, am I right? 2006? That it was already hard to think of a world with James Brown in it where people didn't really think about James Brown. Or if they did, it was in a characteristic, cartoony way that just belittles everything that man did and continued to do, even though things were taken from him and so on and so forth. So to be in a world without Prince is pretty wild for all of us, pretty heavy. It also happens to be at a time with Donald Trump in the White House. Funny enough that I'm doing this project as I am and inspired by all the things that I've inspired to do it. Really quickly, thank you, BC Amplified, What Culture Wrestling, James Rolfe, Cinemassacre. Really appreciate everything that you guys do and continue to do. Thank you for inspiring me. And of course, Dr. Fuck. Great to see you back on the YouTube the other week. And thank you always for all you guys for just sharing your passions with us so tirelessly, which is exactly what my man Prince did. Why I'm inspired to do this. Funny how the timing of everything coincides with me having a Planet Earth album review at the same time that we have the March for Science, the Climate Change March here in DC, 2 miles from my doorstep. I didn't think I had a lot to say about this record going into my preparation for this review, but of course, I found plenty of things to say about this record, a lot of which I'm going to let the videos and the clips speak for me, although if you've watched any of my videos, talking is not something that I shy away from. But I do want to kind of keep it short and sweet and let the music speak for itself, because this album has some unbelievable music on it. It also has a couple turds. One in particular that I just cannot stand, but we'll get to those. But the songs on this record that are so good are just so good. And I can't wait to discuss them. Here's the quick background on this record. This is the 32nd official studio album from Prince Rodgers Nelson. It was released on July 15th of 2007 on NPG Records. Prince, of course, is really getting the hang of this whole being a multi-million international independent artist. Think about the level of being an independent artist that he was achieving, had achieved, and continued to build. Nobody else was doing that. An inspiration to every musician out there. Amazing that at this time, in 2007, where he's making just such amazing music and had put out all these records that, and been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all this, that people were still kind of not tuning in. So I, of course, was tuned in. He had already grabbed my attention, so many years before, and I was very excited for Planet Earth to come out. He put it out with the Daily Mail in the UK and Ireland. Of course, this model was the stepping stone for how he put out the 2010 album. He also had done another deal with Columbia Records to distribute the album, just like he did with Musicology. So distribution is a big thing. I just want to touch on this real quick. The biggest reason to sign with a major label and why you will sign away your rights, your profits, things that you might not see as important, or that's just part of the deal, is to get worldwide distribution and promotion. So the promotion, Prince doesn't even need it. He's got enough of a fan base out there, and too much money gets wasted on promotion. He's seen this happen in the past so many times, and you're just throwing away money to make less money. It doesn't make sense to him. But distributing a record worldwide, having something arrive in as many stores as possible on the same day all across the planet, you need a big company to do that. That's where independent artists fail. And at this time, online purchasing is really not happening all that much. It's just all theft. So the only way to get your record to make any money, and this is even still debatable now, is to get it in a fucking store. Ooh, hold that thought. I need my swear jar. One swear, 3 swears, 5 swears. All right, that'll buy me like 4 or 5. Because we want to see Prince Fred forever. Go to Paisley Park. Yes, we do. Get yourself a nice t-shirt. Where was I? You gotta get them in the fucking stores. So he gets the distribution deal with Columbia, but then he also strikes this deal with UK Mail. This pissed off all the UK music retailers, and with all the back and forth and all the words, Columbia just pulled out distribution from the UK entirely. The record just wasn't available there. So FYE, HMV, whatever stores still existed at that time, all stocked up on the paper and offered that. One of the reasons why Prince, of course, wanted to be independent and to control his distribution and control his product is because internet piracy was like crazy at this point. Just to put it in perspective, all the kind of moving parts of this one little market, it's not a little market, the UK is a huge market, but this one market, because of all the papers and getting all that stuff, that's when things got leaked to the internet, and it was a low quality copy of Planet Earth, but it did cost Prince over $4 million in potential licensing fees. So you can see piracy, if it gets on a big level, it really makes a huge difference in the bottom line. Now, being an independent artist like Mr. Prince, that is a real big loss, $4 million. But he more than made up for it when he did his 21 nights in London, the Earth Tour, which he made over $23 million on that, and every concert goer got a copy of Planet Earth. So much like in the same way that the Musicology Tour, which if you went to the Musicology Tour, which I am happy to say I was there with my buddy Brad Amundsen, hope you're watching, hope you're well. We got our copies of Musicology. Planet Earth was handed out to these 21 nights as well. And of course, these weren't counted by the Recording Industry Arts of America, but even with that, in just the retail stores, Planet Earth debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, sold 96,000 copies in its first week, and that's not including the UK market at all, just so you know, and that's just in the US, 96,000. And as of 2015, almost 300,000 copies just in the US alone had sold. So, yeah, think about it. Every cent on that dollar goes to Mr. Prince for him to pay all his great people. And on this record are so many great people. This is such a great family reunion, much like our last record, Lotus Flower, that we reviewed, much like the one that's coming up. So there's Renato Neto is on this record, who we'll see on the next couple of records coming up, going backwards in his chronology. We have C.C. Dunham and Joshua Dunham. We have Michael B. and Sonny T. We have Mr. Hayes. We got Shelby J. We got the Twins. We got Bria Valente. And, I'll talk about Bria later. You've got Maceo. You've got Greg Boyer. You've got, all these great musicians that we love hearing Prince play with, and Prince makes such great music with, and they're all here. So, what else can we say about this record? That, I think, is everything I have. So, let's get into the songs. Let's get into Planet Earth. And what better way to start a record called Planet Earth than with a song this fucking good called Planet Earth. Click. Let's keep that man's shit together. So I was down at the Climate March, and it was a beautiful day. I was dressed completely inappropriately in a black Thin Lizzy t-shirt, full blue jeans. I even packed a sweater, and it was hot as hell. Beautiful hot as hell, not like a scary hot as hell. Of course, we are marching for climate change and to just spread the word that the earth is not healthy, and it needs all of us to at least agree on that. It's insane that people can look at something that is not healthy, have people telling them it's not healthy, listing off all the reasons for its ill health, and to say, it looks fine to me. Insane. So I was really happy to get this footage that I want to share with you. And this song, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, Planet Earth. Let me just finish with the Climate March. I met a very nice woman named Eileen from Philadelphia. And I was, as we were talking, I said, it really blows my mind that this close to Prince's first death day, I have not heard anyone mention in any format his album called Planet Earth or his song Planet Earth, because listen to these lyrics tell me they don't apply. So I shared these lyrics with Eileen. It took like 20 minutes to get my phone to bring it down from the sky with all those tens of thousands of people down there. But here are the lyrics, and you have to hear these. It's amazing. Imagine holding planet Earth in the palm of your hand, with no regard for your place of birth or claim to any land. The only thing between us now is the truth we understand. If planet Earth was in the palm of your hand. All right, so he sets it up. Just imagine that this is your responsibility, or that you literally have the power to make it or break it. But imagine you have that, and you are not affiliated with any particular thing. It's just, do you hold this or do you drop it? No one is telling you either way. It's all on you. Continue off the lyrics. I'm just going to speak these now. Thank you for listening. You're a wonderful audience. 50 years from now, what will they say about us here? Did we care for the water and the fragile atmosphere? There are only two kinds of folk, and the difference they make. The ones that give and the ones that take. Then we have the chorus. Just like the countless bodies that revolve around the sun, planet Earth must now come into balance with the one that caused it all to be. Then we'll see his kingdom come. So shall it be written, so shall it be sung. Imagine you could rid the earth of anyone you choose. Which ones would you need the most, and which ones would you lose? Do we want to judge another, lest we be judged too? Careful now, the next one might be you. And the last verse is just the best one. Imagine sending your firstborn off to fight a war with no reason. With no good reason. How it started and what they are fighting for. And if they're blessed to make it home, will they still be poor? Pray for peace right now and forevermore. I'm surprised I'm getting emotional by this, but when they come home, will they still be poor? Okay, I just want to take a moment to... Okay, so this is the George Bush second term, right? And we're at war. Oh, God, I can't even... This song is just so powerful. You have to fill in the rest for you. Let me excuse myself while you listen. Click. Okay, I'm back. I'm just gonna... Like I said, I want to let the clips do the speaking for you. So I'm just gonna cruise through this. And let you experience this for yourself, because time you're spending with me is great and I really appreciate it, but it is time you're spending not with the actual album. So let's get you excited and open-minded and third-eyed squeegeed and get you to listening to Planet Earth, after I've hopefully inspired you to really jump into it. So here are my notes on Planet Earth. This is 100% one of the best songs on the record. It's so good. I have written, holy shit. The passion, poignancy, and power of this almost doesn't need an album to follow. It's lucky we're spoiled and get more. This song, it doesn't even need anything to follow it. We're just so lucky that he did. Amazing lyrics, as you saw me just have a breakdown reading them. It was really beautiful sharing that moment with Eileen, and yeah, what the fuck? Why? I need more money. Why even in his passing? I mean, I didn't hear really any Prince on his death day, and fuck. The man wrote records his entire life about the world around him, and figuring out himself in relationship to it, in reaction to it, or in accordance with it, or in rebellion to it. But he always made such great music about the world around him. And it fucking gets my goat that a simple Google search wasn't done by anybody to put this out for everybody and to really give them a great new, because it would be new to everybody, because nobody knows this song. And it would just really bring it home. He always reflected the world he awakes in. I actually literally wrote that. And listen to the way he fucking climaxes on this record.
Shame! Boo! 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 Shame!
He always reflected the world he awakes in. I literally have that written down. And then we get an awesome transition, an awesome breath after Planet Earth with guitar. It keeps the vibe heavy, but blesses us with levity. Awesome chorus, just a cool rockin' tune. I love you, baby. Not like I love my guitar. Check out this performance he did on a TV show that I ripped. It's awesome. And Prince even, like, there's some mistakes that happen, and it makes it even that much better. I could not find the Verizon commercial he did for this. It's probably the most sold out thing Prince has ever done, but remember, independent artists getting the word out worldwide, how do you do that? Well, the biggest wireless carrier at the time was probably not a bad way to do it, but since I can't find it anywhere, that thing got pulled. But enough about me. Watch this whole thing.
girl, but you took it too far. I love you, baby. Say it. I know you love me, you wanna be friends. And if you don't, at least you need to pretend. We're still together, don't get that far. I love you, baby. Not like I love this guitar. I love you, baby, and I wish you well. I'll write a letter when I learn how to spell. Until that day, you can go to, you know the rest.
Very big transition that is made really well with the sound of a record playing. You hear all the pops and crackles, and we get somewhere here on Earth. It's a beautiful song. Like I said, the vinyl pops transition the vibe and ballad so soon after everything that just happened in so many minutes. That's how I wrote that down. So much has happened from Planet Earth to guitar, and then all of a sudden we're in this tune. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. And this is if you just process it while you listen to this song, it's awesome. I mean, it's a wonderful, sweet ballad. Arrangement is so playful, with great space, really nice, delicate playing, really, really sexy, but there's like this weird synth playing that's almost dissonant, you know, in the background, and it adds this grit to it. The piano playing is so swanky. He played this on Leno, and it was a really weird choice. I mean, it's a good performance, but I think it took me by surprise when I saw it, even rewatching it. And here's a link so you can watch it yourself. But a little disappointed that when Prince, you know, presented his drawing, it wasn't like a drawing. Even if it was like a stick figure thing, you know, of like a rose and a stick figure with boobs, that would make it pretty epic. I think the epicness of that moment was it left a little too to chance, and it wasn't quite as epic as probably intended. But it's a great tune, and the ending is so bueno. Check out a little bit of it right here.
You know I am free in this digital age. You could just page me. I know it's a rage, but it just don't engage me like the face to face. You wanna do this at yours or my place?
baby. Not like I love this guitar. Not like I love this guitar. You couldn't do it all by yourself. You had to go and get somebody else. You're high enough to call me, but you can't reach so far. I love you, baby. Not like I love this guitar. Not like I love this guitar. Oh, turn it. I tried to warn you, it's hard to be a star, especially when you're driving another brother's car. I wouldn't give you mine, girl, but you took it too far. I love you, baby. Sing it.
All right, Bob.
We made it in at last.
I know you love me and you want to be friends. And if you don't, at least you need to pretend. We'll stay together, even if we don't get that far. I love you, baby. One more time for me.
Tell him I found his guitar player.
What's his real name? Has he got a name, a Christian name?
I love you, baby. I wish you well. I'll write a letter when I learn how to spell. Until that day, you can go to, you know the rest, heaven.
I wish I could come every single night.
I was here on Wednesday, the opening night, here tonight. Hopefully tomorrow if I can get tickets. I'm coming next Friday, and I'll be here on the 2nd of September.
You know, he's my favorite artist. You know, I am one of those fanatical fans.
Said 4 words on stage tonight: real music by real musicians, and that said it all. This is someone who's a serious entertainer. He blows everybody else out the water.
Before we move on, we got to go back. Old school,
We've always loved that kind of music in Britain. And after James Brown died, he's the last one who's really going to carry that on. And you can see the influence that James has had on him. But he just gets better and better and better.
I just can't believe all the things people say. Controversy. And I'm black or white. And I'm straight. Okay. You said controversy. I believe in God. I believe in me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. London, are you ready? I said, London, are you ready? I can understand human curiosity. Controversy. Was it good for you? Was that what you wanted me to be? Controversy. Do you get high? Does your dad cry? Controversy, oh yeah. Controversy. Breakdown. People call me rude. I wish we all were nude. I wish there was no black and white. I wish there were no rules. Say it. People call me rude. I wish we all were nude. I wish there was no black and white. I wish somebody would jam tonight. People call me rude. I wish we all were nude. I wish there was no black and white. I wish there were no rules. Say it. People call me rude. I wish we all were nude. I wish there was no black and white. I wish there got no kick drum and horn. Maceo, blow your horn, brother, come on. On the wall, keep rolling. Wait a minute, kick drum. Who in this house know about to quit? Who in this house know about to quit? Now wait a minute. Who in this house know about to quit? London, if you know about it, everybody jump up and stop. Come on. Jump up and down. Turn it out, y'all. Come on. Thank you, London.
And then we get a big transition into the one you want to see. So this song to me is kind of like, all right, we've just had some really good alone time. Now it's time to like flirt in public and either treat it like it's new or meet a new partner. But it's still a flirty tune, coming off of a flirty tune. But this one is much more like, there's a whole audience. There's a whole group of people just feeling the same way and on the same vibe. Wendy Melvoin. Talk about a family, a big Purple family we love. She's on a couple tunes on this record. This is one of them.
Got a lot of money. I don't want to spend it on me. I like pretty things. You're just as pretty as you can be. So if you ain't busy later and you want some company.
And I love this tune. I think this tune's a lot of fun. It's cool. Is it as good as the previous three we just heard? No, but it's still really cool. All the guitars sound so good. The production and mix on this album, I just love it. I love it. It's awesome. Headphones make it even more awesome. The three-dimensional audio space that they create on this is fantastic. So this song it's got great lyrics. It's impossible not to smile while you're listening to it. It's got a good callback to Cream. If you wanna get creamy. Nice dance move. If you wanna get creamy. And it's got so many styles on this tune. I mean, this tune is just like everything in one. And it's nice. It's a good tune. It sets up these next two tunes, which are totally amazing. And this little stretch of the record right in the middle is probably the best part of the record, in my opinion, which is hard to say because the very first part of the record is so good. But let me shut up. And it starts with Future Baby Mama. Wow. Future Baby Mama. Hey, hey. None of them got what it takes to be a future baby mama. You gotta bend in the wind but don't break to keep your man. Woo! No more drama. This song is so good. It's such a big change of pace from the one you want to see, and it settles immediately with that first big harmonized future baby mama. Boom, boom, boom. Honesty is sexy, right? This song is so sexy. Amazing singing. Deep. The arrangement is so deep. It's such a simple song with a very sparse arrangement, but the arrangement is so meticulous and deep and so well felt in the playing and the space of everything. So many soft and scattered like keyboard and synth textures. The bass is really buried in the mix, but it's pretty aggressively played. Amazing lyrics. I literally have written, damn, I love this song. So honest and so personal. Prince got divorced in 2006. While this record was being made, and doing all the things he does, getting ready to do all the London, or maybe he thought of London because he just needed to deal with his divorce, get out of the country. This is from Manuela, of course, who is still married to Eric Benet. So, she must be she's got good taste. She's got good taste. She's settled, but she's got good taste because, she had Prince at a point. But yeah, you think like two-time loser. He's twice divorced. He's probably got some really good distance and perspective and had a lot of healing, although of course he's never healed from the death of Boy Gregory. So I think this is him really thinking he can start anew. I mean, this was an exciting time for me as a Prince fan to see him just doing all this with no reason to, and it was just so good. It was just so good, everything he was doing, and for him to be thinking like, it's time for me to do this again. You never know. And then when I don't know, I almost forgot to play the clip for you. Just check out this clip. Future Baby Mama is an amazing song. Amazing.
I've heard it say my lovers look alike. Could it be that I something wasn't right. They had me fooled for a minute and then I saw the truth.
And paired with this next song, it's just some of my favorite minutes in music, period. Mr. Goodnight. I'm still a little rattled from before. I fucking hate Donald Trump. I fucking hate that man. I'm not looking to have a discourse about it. I just have to say this into a camera that I know people are going to see. I fucking hate that man. And I'm being brought back to how much I hated George Bush. And the comparison is just, it's unbelievable how much worse things can get in such a short period of time. Because Bush doesn't look bad by comparison, but he was awful. I mean, you set up one foot in front of the other. Okay, I'm just gonna read. That was the whole reason I'm bringing this up. I'm just gonna read. Mr. Goodnight, I have literally written YAS, Y-A-S, like the kids say. Holy shit. There are these two together are possibly in the top of my favorite sounds ever. How close to Prince do you feel? You know, hearing these songs. Both songs are self-referential and honest. You know, I have written art, life, art. However big or small this separation has existed at different times for Prince, these sure feel like there's no separation whatsoever. At all. I mean, it's almost like, you know how in musicals, people, when they express themselves, they just go into song and they have a song. I think Prince at his most honest moment is that, you know? Instead of having a conversation, he sings it or he plays it. And this is, life is art, art is life. There's no separation. This is just him. And here's how freaking close you can be to him. I love Mr. Goodnight. I mean, talk about just how fun is it to hear how Prince is gonna seduce you. I mean, raise your hand if you want to fuck him after hearing this song. I got 3 hands up. You know how Mr. Goodnight do. All over the world they call me Prince, but you can call me Mr. Goodnight.
Now I don't wanna put you to sleep with a bunch of chatter and a rap that really don't matter. But now that you know who I am, you need to make plans and all your other pennies should scatter. A limousine about to pick you up and then take you to a private jet G5. And there you're gonna meet a little Spanish man who will offer you wine or Moet.
Like I said, he was recently divorced. He's thinking about children and thinking about that, but then he's also thinking like, we gotta practice if we're gonna make a good child. And then we get into one of the tunes on this record I don't care for too much. All the Midnights in the World.
Because I turn my eye toward you, because I seek your hand.
I have written my least fave. Nope, but it's close. Maybe a different vocal performance. This is one of those tunes. Prince can sing in a lot of different styles, a lot of different ways his voice sounds. This is one that I don't like very much. And we'll find some other songs that he sings like this on. Amazing we haven't really seen one from Hit and Run Phase 2, working our way back until now. But maybe just a different singer and a different arrangement, maybe a different mix if the arrangement stays, because some of the stuff is really cool, all the different instrumentation, how they fall in, but I think we hear some too much and others not enough, because I think it's a good song. It's like a lullaby. It's a lullaby about like jealousy and desire, but it's a lullaby, and I think just with a different touch, it would be a much better song. Finally, my last note on that song is, at least it's short. Give it a little listen.
Threat to either one of us, then let the chapter close. For all the midnights in the world, this one will serve us better if you choose to be my girl.
Okay, here we go. You pull up in a brand new yet old school little red Corvette.
Lights come on. Then we release 1,999 doves.
Swinging from a trapeze. With a safety net, of course.
And would you object to wearing a spacesuit?
Swinging from a trapeze, man.
Lights come on.
Raspberry berets.
What happens when one of the world's biggest artists takes the world's largest stage? Prince is the Pepsi Super Bowl 41 halftime show, February 4th on CBS.
And then boom, a model. Used to be a role model.
A model. Used to be a role model.
Fucking Chelsea Rodgers. No notes necessary. Fuck yes, this fucking tune rules. Is it like ruling in like it's one of the best songs ever? No. But does it rule because it just has so many basic, satisfying elements to it? Like rhythm, like melody, like harmony? Abso-fucking-lutely. Check it out. Such a great song. Very cool. So, moving forward into our planet Earth, this is my least favorite song on the record, Lion of Judah. But that's not all. This is like my least favorite Prince song ever. I fucking hate this song. I really hate this song. Really hate Lion of Judah. Written verbatim in my notes just so I know what to say off the top of my head as I'm talking to a camera. Least favorite song. In fact, I often say, not every Prince song is great. Lion of Judah is a whole bunch of suck. I like the clip that I put together for this, though. In all honesty, that is the song I always say. Lion of Judah is 3 minutes of suck. I hate this song. I hate everything about this song. The guitar solo gives it a bit of a payoff. But honestly, it's Chelsea Rodgers and Resolution before and after this song that make it palatable for me. When I'm listening to this record, or any Prince record, I never skip songs. Because, you know, they were put there for a reason. And it's either for me to take it further as a listener, or, you know, in my own imagination and my own kind of emotions that it stirs up and to keep it going, or it's put there. It was put there for a reason, so I should at least listen to that reason. I think it's a shitty reason, but it's one that I'll pay attention to because Chelsea Rodgers, and because our final song, Resolution. So Resolution is a great little tune. It says a whole lot while being a very unassuming tune, and it actually is like a perfect album ender. It's kind of wild to think that Resolution ends the record that Planet Earth started. I mean, it's wow, so much has happened between song number 1 and 10 songs on this record, song number 10. It's hard to sometimes remember it's the same record, but I think that this Resolution is it's a perfect ending sentiment from the first statement at the top of the album, because of reasons I can't even completely express. I feel when I listen to it, and I'll pull out the lyrics in just a moment, because I think revolution is just more. It's revolution. It comes around again. It goes around and again. Yes, it might have different interests than the previous thing, but it still accomplishes its goals in the same way. People are still going to get hurt. People are still going to suffer. People are still going to profit. People are still going to thrive. People are still going to starve. It's a revolution. So Prince is saying resolution, where it finally is done. You're not going about things like that anymore. You're not doing them the same way and calling it something different. It's a really awesome sentiment, and it's such an unassuming song. Like, you really kind of have to pay attention to it, because it'll sneak up on you how deep it is. And it was fun putting a clip together and thinking about how video games mess up our kids' heads. Why? Well, think about it. Dig.
The main problem with war is that nobody ever wins. The next generation grows up, learns how to do it all over again. No matter who started the argument, just matters how each one ends. How many people really want resolution?
So with resolution, you gotta remember that we had not had a Barack Obama in office. We had not had, even if it was a veil, we had not had that kind of feeling in the country. It was kind of, I don't know, I think we were pretty oblivious, because during the Clinton years, everyone just had money and everything was cool. And then we hit the new millennium, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, Bush, and then we're at war, and we're in a recession, and then it's Bush again, and it's just like, how did things get so fucked up? So with Trump, we kind of have this we're coming off of Obama high, a lot of us, well, all of us, whether we want to admit it or not. Folks, come on. Life has been on the up and up, right? Since Bush, let's not forget that. And now we'll see what happens. But we didn't have that. So just try to put that in your mind listening to this record, because that's where Prince is coming from. And I just want to read the lyrics for Resolution, because I think they're really cool. Come with it. The main problem with war is that nobody ever wins. The next generation grows up, learns how to do it all over again. No matter who started the argument, it just matters how each one ends. How many people really want resolution? Think about that. It's not about who started the argument, it's just about how each argument ends. But how many people really want resolution? Think about that. He goes on. The main problem with people is they never do what they say. They say 1 minute they want peace, then do everything to make it go away. Dropping bombs on each other in the act of saving face. Tell me now, people, how is that resolution? And then the chorus is, either you do or you don't, either you will or you won't. Making amends is a difficult pill to swallow. What can we lose if we try? With no water, a flower dies. With no one to lead, resolution will follow. Oh, yes, it will. Love is like a circle, no beginning and no end. A broken heart will mend if you love it like your best friend. Handle your heart with care. It's as delicate as a wing. When the storms come again, pray for resolution. And he just kind of wants people to, la-la-las and all that kind of stuff. Really deep, man. Those bookends are some really heavy words and some really heavy sentiment. And I think that the emotion really comes off this record big time. It has a couple turds on it. Don't let that ruin it for you. Punch is still delicious if you drink it away from the turds. So, Planet Earth, this is a really great record. I will say Bria Valente sings like a 90s sitcom character. I hope I didn't ruin that for you with that image. Like just, not into her voice. Good for you, Prince. Sexy lady. Like I said in the last one, they're only single one. They're only legal ones. Whatever that bad joke was. Folks, I held it together. We're in for some interesting weather. Planet Earth. From Mr. Prince Rodgers Nelson. This is a record I recommend to everyone and anyone. It's a very good record. And it really has some amazing, amazing songs on it that are easy to think about being in his best. Did you have fun today? Feel like you learned something? Feel like I should get this next video out sooner than later? I agree, because the devil's work is never done. 3120. Oop, that's not 3121. That's Chocolate Invasion. That's a couple of weeks away. 3121. That's right. It's going down, y'all. Like the wall of Berlin. Nice callback to this record on Future Baby Mama. But all right. Much respect. Take care of each other. And be heard. Be safe. Listen to some Prince. Don't be afraid to be inspired. And I will go cry after I pick another record to listen to.
Peace. He put a lot of effort into the halftime show. He's been very conscious of music that will work in a stadium and that will work for football fans and that's familiar. Speaking for the NFL and for Ricky Kirshner and Glenn Weiss, we have very much enjoyed working with him over these last few months. He is truly an icon. 100 million albums, 6 Grammys, 5 American Music Awards, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, one of the greatest performers of our time. We're so pleased to have Prince.
Thank you, John, for those kind of words. We hope we don't wreck your ears too much. Contrary to rumor, I'd like to take a few questions right now.
You need another lover. Baby, baby, you know there ain't no other. You need another lover. You know there ain't no other.
But see, that's the thing. I don't understand how. How is that still not steady?
Well, yet you have to like be careful still. But like in what's in your bag when I'm.
So I do see it. The thing is, you have to feel the weight below you.
Yeah.
And then you got the weight with it. Keep the thing. Then you can keep it. So it is moving, but.
If it was in your hand, it's like every little shake would be detected.
You gotta let that kind of settle and feel it. I have a charger.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Or John has.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
You didn't have to record.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't record.
It's recording.
Perfect. Our day. Our special day.
There were a couple times today where I'm like, yes, that was great footage. I would go down to try to change my diapers, and that was turned on. I wasn't like, the heat was depressing.
So you are still balancing it, yourself, but you're feeling the counterweight below you.
Fucking it up, Marla.
And then one little technique I figured out with just the limitations.
Holding it under your.
When you're looking up, you kind of hook it.
Oh, right. So it's not going to tip backwards.
Yeah, and then you just let it settle. Give us a kiss. That's not a kiss.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, purple people of all shapes, sizes, creeds, nationalities, beliefs, tastes, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, comic books, graphic novels, picture books, audiobooks, whatever your pleasure. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Prince. I see you, my purple people. You stand out in the crowd like nobody else because you are beautiful and you appreciate the passion and the energy, the spontaneity, the imagination, the life, the times, the everything that has been brought to your life and times by Prince Rodgers Nelson. Thank you very much for being here. It's great to see you and it's wonderful to be seen by you. We got a very good album to talk about today on episode 8 of 52 Weeks of Prince. So, let's get it on. Let's talk about it. It's called Planet Earth. It looks like this, or it looks like this, or it looks like this, or it looks like this. And you know what? It's a pretty awesome album. So let's talk about it. Welcome back. 52 Weeks of Prince starts right now. Oh, I see your aura. I see you purple people. I see you looking at me. It's great to see you. It's great to be seen by you. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Prince. My name is Forrest, and we are here to celebrate Prince Rodgers Nelson, his life, his music, and the generations of people that are going to be enriched in their lives by his music. So, you ready to get this on? You ready to talk about this record? Oh, I know you've been ready. So, without further ado, it's my honor and privilege to bring to you. Imagine all of planet Earth was in the palm of your hand. No regards to your place of birth. Whatever the words are.